Hello guys and welcome to Black Mirror 3. The third and final game of the Black Mirror series as far as I can tell. So the second game, which I let's played, so if you're watching this you probably should go watch my let's play to get, my take on it, what I think about everything, because I did not play the first game, for those who didn't watch it and therefore don't know. But, playing the second one, I pretty much get it. I think I do. I get most of the stuff. And the ending of 2 kind of left me wondering, what the hell, what now? So, still wondering that. Wondering what's happened to Darren, Adrian, or Mordred now? So yeah, very, very curious as to what's gonna happen in this this part. So let's get in there.
Hey, you there. What are you doing?
Help me, I'm being chased. They're after me, they're gonna kill me. The Order, the Academy, it's collapsed. My sister and my mother are dead.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
That's just what I was going to say. That's the bloke we've been looking for. That's the Yank.
What?
Well, what a coincidence, Mr. Michaels. I'm arresting you on suspicion of the murder of Miss Amanda Valley. And probably for arson, too.
What? No.
Take him away, Constable.
Inspector, I think I found her.
Damn. Call on the lads. There's nothing more we can do here.
She didn't set herself.
Why not? Perhaps she was cold and set herself on fire? For God's sake, she was murdered. Am I the only one round here with half a brain? Anyway, we're not going to find any more clues. It's been raining all night.
That it has.
You stay here and wait for the cavalry. I'll go down to the village and ask some questions.
Bit early for a beer, isn't it, Inspector?
I'm here on official business, Tom.
It wasn't me, honest. Me brother Bobby's me witness.
Do you know Amanda Valley?
Yes, unfortunately. I still owe her money.
Well, hold on to it. And buy her a wreath.
Heck, why? Is she dead?
You could say that. Burned. Probably last night between 6 p.m. and midnight. Where were you at that time?
Hey, Inspector, you know I wouldn't kill anyone. Especially not over a few quid. I was out with Bobby at a theme park, Alton Towers. Got home pretty late and went straight to bed.
So, do you know if Miss Valley had any enemies?
Apart from the Gordons?
The Gordons.
Her brother was caught up by that Samuel chap. I guess that was before your time. Since then, she's absolutely hated that family. Have you seen her flat? It's bloody mad, I tell you.
Any other tips?
Have you seen that Yank that's been sneaking around here recently? I'd check him out if I were you. He's the one with the blood in his hands. He was chatting with Amanda Valley in front of the pub a few days ago. He asked me about a tackle for robbing houses. No idea why he came to me, but it sounded pretty suspicious.
Holy, she really hadn't gotten over it. What have we got here? Interesting. Aha, Darren Michaels, Bedford, Maine, last week. I'll bet anyone 10 quid that's the Yank Tom was talking about.
Inspector! Inspector, the castle's on fire!
Oh, great. As if a burnt corpse wasn't enough. Come on.
Just listen to what I've got to say first. You can't just...
Come on, get in the car.
Caught with a flaming torch next to a burning castle. If this isn't my ticket out of this dump, then God only knows.
So, you fell in love with this woman?
Angelina.
I fell in love with Angelina, without knowing she was your sister. She lured you to England, to Black Mirror Castle, the castle of your ancestors, to use you as a key for an old ritual. That's right, isn't it? Do me a favor, and put the lighter down, all right? You said it had something to do with a curse, Adrian.
You tell me. All I know is that I drizzled blood on a book and read out incomprehensible words. And then, bang, black all around me. And the next thing I can remember, there were sounds in the woods behind me getting nearer. All in all, a grade A nightmare. The ritual probably worked, and now I'm possessed by a centuries-old evil soul that wants to bend my mortal body to its purpose.
You believe you're carrying a second soul? Oh, Adrian, I know that feeling well. But believe me, no one is cursed. Children always believe they're to blame for grown-up suffering. These feelings of guilt have branded themselves into your soul. So, how was it for you to meet your biological mother after all these years? You said you didn't have much time to talk to her.
No, she was taken hostage by Angelina. They both died shortly afterwards. They fell into the abyss in the ritual chamber.
In the ritual chamber? Exactly. And your foster mother in America, did you have a chance to talk to her about it?
No, she was in a coma, and then she died.
All right, then. Perhaps we should forget about the women in your family for the time being and turn to more happy matters. Let's talk about your father. Wait a minute, Constable. We're not finished yet.
Perhaps we can leave that till tomorrow.
As you wish.
I don't mean to interrupt, but the inspector has something important he needs to talk with Mr. Michaels about. And you know what the inspector's like. It's about the bail.
Is it still not high enough for him? There's no one who would spend a penny on me anyway.
Don't say that.
All right, Doc. Have you got a spare 5,000 pounds?
Yes. Well, I can't do that, Adrian. I'm your doctor.
Mr. Michaels, come along now, please.
If there's anything you want to talk about, Adrian, I'm here most of the time. And Zach, tell the inspector he should keep to the arranged times. I don't burst in when he's in the middle of an interrogation.
Yes, Mum. I'll tell him.
So how's your abused little arsonist soul? Stroke better by the nice doctor? I hope you see the burning faces of the 4 poor souls you have on your conscience every single night.
Thanks for asking.
You know what? I'm starting to run out of patience with you. If I could, I'd have you deported. Your fellow countrymen should be made to endure your fairy tales. Unfortunately, I can't do that.
If you'd led a decent investigation, then you'd have found evidence for my fairy tales a good while back.
And now the little thug wants to tell me how to do my job. Constable Zach was down in the sewers for 2 days, and what did he find? Nothing. And Miss Valley's also a mysterious order. Nonsense. No one here has even heard of it.
They had an assembly chamber in the mine, and Victoria knows about it too.
Assembly chamber? Don't make me laugh. Miss Valley gave lectures on the cursed Gordon clan in there. And the old biddy hasn't spoken since the fire.
Gordon clan? Old biddy? Stop talking about my family like that.
Your family? Yeah, well, you'd actually fit in with those loonies.
Whatever. Can I go back to my cell now?
Unfortunately, I have to throw you out of your little paradise. Someone's paid your bail.
What did you say? Who?
Doesn't seem to be a friend of yours. Wanted to stay anonymous. Well, whatever. Get your things and get out of here. But don't go too far. Otherwise, I'll have to put you on the naughty list. That would be pretty much the most stupid thing that could happen to you.
I can well believe it.
All the better. So be a good boy and go collect your things from your apartment.
Oh yes, it is definitely a Black Mirror game. This help system gives you some information about the game controls at the start of the game. If you don't wish to receive these tips, then deactivate the additional help in the options menu. Only just read that in time. So, confused about why the psychiatrist is calling him Adrian and not Mr. Michaels, or, you know, Darren as his first name would be. Yeah, not getting that whatsoever. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that is going to be the whole point of the game, isn't it? Like, who is he? Who is he really? Or something, I don't know. So, still space to see what you can talk about, so that's great. Also, I have to point out that, you know, the second game, where the ambient or, you know, ambient music or ambient sound and music were just way loud and the voices were super low. By default, still on air, definitely. I just turned the options down, like just totally dumbed down the ambient sound and the music, because I don't know which exactly it is. I think it's both, but so you might just hear some difference between sets. But, you know, I could at least hear everything that was said just now perfectly. Before I changed them, I could also hear them perfectly, but I noticed that if I was not paying attention, I would struggle to actually hear it properly. So, yeah. Also, same as the first... I say first game, but to me the first game is the second. In the previous Let's Played game of the Black Mirror series, text pretty damn small. I'm just playing it at my native resolution, which is 1920 by 1200, because that basically fills the screen and looks really nice. And even if I drop my resolution way down, there isn't much difference in the actual size of the text. So I just figured, you know, I'll just do it like this, because it looks best to me, and yeah, there really isn't much difference. So if you want to actually read, everything is voice acted, as you may know, so you can listen, but if you want to read, you're probably gonna have to, you know, go full screen with that, because I try with a test video. You can read it, it's just hard. So yeah, let's go examine everything. So that's what you do.
Yeah, that's probably just decoration, considering the weather here. I guess those are the keys to the cells. Apart from the fact that everyone here would notice if I took them, my cell is open.
Oh joy.
A photocopier. Looks really modern compared to the rest of the furniture. A photocopier.
Could still look at that. Interesting, it's one of those.
The emergency call center. As you can see, it's manned around the clock.
Like the, I don't know, there's just something about these games that is just so wonderful.
Cold coffee.
Yeah, that was really important to look at.
The police archive. There aren't very many files, but lots of them are labeled Gordon.
That's creepy.
I prefer some coffee.
Well, it's kind of creepy, but it's also totally understandable considering the history.
Constable Zach seems okay. Plays by the letter of the law and all that.
Well, so does Spooner guy, I think, because you know he can't do much.
Can I disturb you for a minute?
No?
I wasn't talking to you, jackass.
That's Chief Inspector Spooner. The man that made the last 3 weeks of my life a living hell. A real ray of sunshine. Do you have a moment, Inspector?
If you're quick.
Considering the options here, I'm not going to be quick.
And you really don't know who paid my bail?
It's paid to the court, not to me. I just got a letter from them saying I should let you go.
Why do you dislike me?
I'm a cop. You're a criminal.
Come on, a little bit of friendliness never hurt anyone.
Miss Valley was friendly.
It wasn't me! How many times do I have to tell you? My doctor, Winterbottom, has she been living in Willow Creek for long?
She moved here 10, 12 years ago.
Why? Because of the murders?
Ask her yourself.
What was it that brought you here?
I don't know what that's got to do with you.
What about your partner? He seems really busy.
Zach. He's not my partner, he's my constable. And yes, he's got lots to do, so don't disturb him.
Yes, because that, you know, that prompt there that, you know, he has a keyboard for is really doing a lot. Definitely. It's a shame I can't read what it says there, but I bet it's something funny.
This here village, Willow Creek, are there many criminals here?
Only since you turned up.
Does that mean it was quieter before? Not even a little bit of shoplifting?
Just normal village life. Punch-ups, rape, and drink driving.
So pretty much nothing happening.
Drink driving? What? That wasn't even just a typo in the subtitling. That was actual saying it as well. What the hell?
Have you found out anything about my ancestry?
Yep, I've got a copy of Darren Michaels' birth certificate here. Born on the 27th of February 1970 in Boston, Massachusetts.
And what about Adrian Gordon?
He's still dead in the Gordon crypt. That's what it says in the death certificate signed by Dr. Heinz Herman. Cause of death, 5th degree burns.
5th degree? In other words, only his ashes are left. How convenient. That's all for now.
I'm keeping my eye on you.
I guess so, yeah. Well,
as far as I know, there's no evidence room here. Collected evidence is kept in these lockers. They're always locked.
which they should be. Village Square? No, let's go to the cells. The space where it will show you all of the available interactive locations in a scene. Oh yes, it calls a screen a scene. That is right. Matt. Okay, I'll talk to him last, I guess.
Crumbling tiles. Why should the floor look any better than the rest? The road to freedom? More like the little turd's road to his big brother.
It just came up with a thingamajig. A little help. That is that just permanently on or something? Yes, it is. Okay, so you can toggle everything on.
The wash basin, also known as the spare toilet.
Oh yeah, lovely.
I've slept on this pillow in this damn uncomfortable bed for the last 3 weeks. It doesn't smell as bad as it did at first. The top bunk hasn't been occupied since I've been here. There are people in the adjacent cell sometimes, though.
But never with you.
My reading material for the past 3 weeks. The intellectual outpourings of my frustrated predecessors.
I can't... I'm not sure what that says, so... But yeah, that has to be so fucking boring.
A garbage dump would be more sterile than these toilets. Would be nice if it worked.
No flushing toilets. Lovely.
Ah, sweet bird of freedom. I'm coming. Only the Willow Creek police know why there's only one locker for a 2-man cell.
Ooh, a pencil.
My pencil? Oh, but where's my diary?
To look at items in the inventory or to use them, click on them using the right mouse button. That is the same.
One of the few things I was allowed to take with me into my cell. The locker was open and my diary isn't inside. Damn.
Alright, nothing else but Matt, so maybe he knows?
My friendly fellow inmate, Matt Newcastle. One of those kind of people that my mother always warned me about. Have you seen my diary?
Your diary? And here's me thinking it belonged to some nutter. I don't know what happened to me in the ritual chamber. What went wrong?
How did you get into my locker? Stop that! Constable!
Or worse, what if nothing went wrong? What if Mordred has been freed and has taken possession of me and is making me do his bidding? Please, somebody help me. Stop me from becoming a murderer.
Give that here, you bastard!
I don't want to be Mordred's puppet. I want this fiend to disappear, back to the hell he crawled out of.
I'll have you! I'll kill you!
Boo-hoo-hoo! I don't want to be a murderer. Boo-hoo! Don't make me crap myself. I'm so scared.
Ooh, nasty.
Hey, what's wrong with you? Hey, Scarface! Oh, forget it, you nutter.
Well, I guess we got our diary. Let's see if we can talk to him some more.
I don't know what's going on with me just now, but I'd rather just keep my distance from that guy.
Okay. So, pencil and diary pages.
That moron Matt ripped up my diary. These are the only pages I could save, and most of them are empty.
But you're not gonna tell us what still is in there, but okay. He ripped out a lot then, without a lot of paper on the cell floor, but...
Can you sign here, please, just to confirm that you've read the bail conditions and that you've been instructed to register with Dr. Winterbottom every day. This here is a declaration of your state of health at the time of your provisional release.
But there's only good or very good on there.
So, you're not feeling so good then?
No.
Well, don't forget to sign it then. Here's your wallet. I keep the passport. And you need to sign here that you got your things back.
Sort of.
You promise with all this signing you haven't secretly slipped a confession in there too?
That's not permitted.
Ah, so I'm in luck then. Just a minute, I was being a bit premature. There's $500,000 missing.
You should have checked for that before signing for it. Any subsequent complaints have to be addressed to our regional HQ in Bristol.
Alright, just a joke. Is that it then?
Yes. You're free to go now, Mr. Michaels.
Amen.
Mr. Michaels?
Something else to sign?
No. I just wanted to inform you that your solicitor is assuming you're going to call him soon. Here's his card.
Got it. Catch you later, Constable.
But we don't have a phone. Well,
Free at last. Well, relatively. At least I can now prove my innocence by my own means. Now, let's see what my lawyer wants from me.
let's see. To call somebody up, use their business card with either a telephone or a telephone box. Okay, let's do that. Let's go have a fun little talk. This card stands out a lot. Can't even examine it, but...
A fortune teller's business card. Madame Fortuna. You'll see your future. And her phone number. Madame Fortuna's business card. You'll see your...
I really wonder why we have that, but okay.
My lawyer's business card. Never have thought I'd need one of those.
Use it on a telephone. Would be funny if he'd actually be out for lunch or something.
Mr. Jones from the law firm Jones & Partners.
That was fast.
Hello, Mr. Jones. Darren Michaels here. I was told you wanted to speak to me?
Ah, Mr. Michaels, yes. The investigations are stagnating, rather. As long as there's no evidence for the allegations brought against you, you can't be charged. So that's good. On the other hand, your fellow countrymen want to step into the ring, too. The American embassy is on our backs. That's not so good.
And what does that mean, exactly?
Well, that you're going to have to sit tight in Willow Creek for quite a while. Inspector Spooner's investigation methods. You implied the last time that you weren't too happy with them?
Yes. It seems to me that Spooner isn't really bothered anymore.
Inspector Spooner just wanted to produce a guilty party and then get the case closed as soon as he could. He has to produce results so that he can get back to London. But he's rather used up all his ammo. Now he's hoping that the embassy will take the case off him so that he doesn't have to chalk it up as a failure.
So he doesn't really seem to be interested in the truth.
Well, the truth, Mr. Michaels, as is generally known, is the invention of a liar. But the fact you've got bail is a good sign. And that someone's been found to pay for it is even better. Perhaps you should have a look yourself, now that you've been released, for some clues or slip-ups in the investigation. Would be best if you could get a copy of your files.
I bet Spooner's gonna be real happy with me, nosing around his investigation.
Are you convinced that I'm innocent, Mr. Jones?
Of course, Mr. Michaels. Do you think I could represent you if I wasn't? Nevertheless, we should hurry up and find some solid evidence to prove it.
This somebody who you maintain means well has paid the bail anonymously. Can you find out who it was?
No problem. But it'll take a couple of days.
How long do I have to put up with this psychotherapy?
You're gonna have to hang in there for a few more rounds at least. It's in your best interest.
The last assessment was rejected. What good can it do?
Forget about the authorities. You ever thought that you might actually need therapy?
Do you think I'm crazy?
Aren't we all? But seriously, Mr. Michael, try and do something about your mental condition. If you end up having to face a lawsuit in the States, your family's mental history isn't going to impress the jury one bit. So stop blocking shots and come out from behind your guard, man.
That is a really strange thing to say, but okay.
You said I should have another look at my file. Is it really so easy to do that?
Exactly what I
Well, it
wanted to
depends
know.
on the inspector in charge. But if you flatter him a little, he might let you have a look. Otherwise, I could request a copy and send it on to you.
That's gonna take too long. I'll try to get my hands on it myself.
Through the constable, I'm pretty damn sure.
Mr. Jones, did you find out anything about my identity? The police here don't seem to be putting any effort into it.
Yes. Concerning your identity, Mr. Michaels, it's hard to prove anything at the moment. Find documents, birth certificates, that kind of thing. But don't forget to go to your therapy sessions.
Whatever. I'll be in touch.
Keep your head up. Attack is the best form of defense.
Not always. Not always. Alright.
A huge cartwheel. Thankfully, the age when people were racked up on them has long passed. A rainwater butt. There are lots of them around. You know, just in case Willow Creek suffers a drought.
In England? What? Are you people nuts? Also, do you call it a butt? What the fuck?